Hi, this is Rick Sense, and welcome to another edition of Travel Calumet Original Podcast. I'm your host, and with me today is our guest, Lindsay Meyer. And Lindsay, could you maybe talk to listeners and tell us what you do for Calumet County?
Sure. Thanks for having me today, Rick. I'm the Office and Program Manager for Calumet County Parks. What that means is most of my time is spent over at Calumet County Park at our campground location near Stockbridge, but I also help out at Ledgeview Nature Center with programs and events as well.
Okay, so camping. Talk to me about what kind of camping is available in Calumet County.
For sure. So Calumet County Park is definitely most known for camping. We have a really lovely campground right on Lake Winnebago, some really neat lakeside sites, and we have
Overlooks right over the lake.
Yep, right on the lake.
Very
beautiful,
cool.
Beautiful sunsets.
Yeah, okay.
We also have some sites up in the woods right on the Niagara Escarpment, which is really cool as well.
Okay.
So we've been expanding the campground this year. We just released 8 new sites that have water and electric on them this past summer. So people are pretty stoked about that, and we've really seen an uptick in camping over the last few years here.
You mentioned the Niagara Escarpment. Could you maybe describe for the listeners that aren't familiar with what that is? Maybe just give us a few seconds on that.
Yeah, so the Niagara Escarpment is a rock formation. We have a really nice outcropping here in northeast Wisconsin. You can see examples of this at Ledgeview Nature Center, Calumet County Park, as well as High Cliff State Park. It's basically a big limestone formation that you can see throughout our area.
Okay, and does it connect, I believe it connects all the way over to Niagara Falls,
Yes,
correct?
that's correct.
Okay.
Yep, so you can also see it up through like Door County and such as well.
Wow, okay. Okay, so back to the camping experience. I have a fifth wheel or an RV. Can you accommodate me, or a pop-up, a tent? What kind of levels of camping do you cater to?
Yeah, I would say all of that.
Okay.
So our largest sites can fit up to a 40-foot unit. A few of the sites can kind of push that. Campers are getting bigger and bigger. Not to say we would ever exclude any, tent campers or anybody with a pop-up as well. So we have a really nice variety of different sites available, and we kind of see people from all walks of life.
Okay, and from what parts of the country do most people come from? Is it all here in Wisconsin or from other parts?
You know what? You'd be surprised. We have a lot of local families. They might live 2 miles from the park and they come out on their weekends, which is really cool to see. We also have a lot of people that travel from out of state, and every year we get a few people from out of the country as well. Sometimes they'll come to Wisconsin for like a triathlon or something like that. So we've had people from Germany and Australia as well.
It's you can accommodate anybody from anywhere on the planet, is what you're saying.
Yep,
Okay.
definitely.
How would you describe the campgrounds, the Calumet County Park area? What would you tell somebody who's considering visiting here, what they should look for, or what they could expect from that?
Yeah, so definitely our lakeside sites are pretty unique. You cannot find that at a lot of parks and campgrounds, specifically county-run campgrounds. That's pretty unique to have that like lakeside site and that nice sunset view. So that's kind of what we're known for. We always let people know of other things that are going on in the park. We also have a boat harbor, and we have just over 2 miles of mountain biking trails, and we have a lot of different hiking opportunities as well. So kind of different options for different people, depending if they're looking for more of an active vacation or maybe more passive, sitting by the lakeside and watching the animals on the water.
So you have a boat landing, you said. Could you maybe describe all sizes of boats it accommodates, or is it kind of the smaller craft? What would you say?
Yeah, I would say our harbor at Calumet County Park is going to be a little bit more for the smaller crafts, if you will. And then we also have a kayak launch there, so an ADA handicap accessible kayak launch, as well as kayak rentals throughout the spring through fall, I should say. So that's been really popular. But if you do have a larger boat, we do offer overnight docking at Stockbridge Harbor, and that harbor is much larger. It can accommodate larger sailboats and such. There's some poker runs that they run out of that harbor.
Okay, fishing contests.
Yep.
As well too.
Lots of fishing tournaments as well.
Yeah. Okay. So it's getting to be that time of year where we're going to start seeing a lot of white stuff on the ground. We don't have it yet, but we should be. I'm hearing in the weather forecast there's an outside shot later this weekend, I guess, or something. But so basically, what happens with the Calumet County Park system when snow comes and winter arrives?
Yeah, we kind of switch gears, as you can imagine. We have miles of different cross-country ski trails, mainly at Calumet County Park, as well as Becker Lake over by Brillion. We have groomed cross-country ski trails, as well as Ledgeview Nature Center. Now at Calumet County Park, we also have a snow tubing hill. The last few years, we've run that as at your own risk, bring your own tubes, walk up the hill, and enjoy the ride down. So people really enjoy that, coming out to spend their winter break.
Is it like packed, or is it pretty easy to get up and down the hill? What kind of usage are you getting from that tubing hill?
Yeah, it really depends. We're so weather dependent for the hill, as you can imagine. We don't make our own snow. So that is kind of hard to judge. But I would say after a really nice, heavy, wet snowfall, we do see a lot of families come out, specifically if it's near the weekend or winter break or such. But we will have some groups that come out during the weekday as well.
And what would you tell people thinking of coming out to go tubing? What should they bring? What would you remind them to take along for the trip?
Yeah, definitely. Dress for the weather, of course. The tubing hill is pretty wide open to the lake shore. There's, some trees and some distance in between, of course, but the wind can be kind of brutal some days. So definitely dress for the weather. And right now, depending on the weather, bring your own tube. If we are open for tube rentals, we always have that on our website. So even just checking out our website, calumetcountyparks.org, or giving us a call at the park office, we can let you know the conditions and, see how it's looking for the upcoming weekend or days.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know we just talked to Louise Marm from the Ledgeview Nature Center on a previous episode of the podcast. And I was wondering, in addition to Ledgeview Center, Nature Center, what other parks are under the umbrella that you're responsible for, Lindsay?
Yeah, so we have 5 total parks in our park system, one being Calumet County Park, then Ledgeview Nature Center, Becker Lake, which I had mentioned, which is over near Brillion or Potter area, as well as Stockbridge and Brothertown boat harbors. So we also have 2 state rec trails, the Friendship State Trail and then the Fox River State Trail, that the county maintains as part of the state trail system.
And what would you tell somebody who is wanting to just spend time in a park system while they're on vacation? There's anything that they would need to be knowing before they would arrive? Any special information that you need to share with them?
Sure. So all of our parks are actually free. So some counties do charge for entrance. Calumet County does not. So it's really nice that it's available for everybody in all price ranges. There's just user fees. So camping fees, of course, or if you're at Ledgeview doing a program or, boating or what have you. But there's no entrance fee itself, which is really nice. People can just come out, enjoy the weather, have a picnic, go hiking, and it's not going to cost them anything.
So we've had a great winter season. Tubing, cross-country skiing, fat tire biking, and as spring comes. Now what can someone who wants to take advantage of the park system expect in the spring here in Calumet County?
Yeah, so spring, I'd say as we get towards April is really when our camping season kicks up. We do have a lot of people that come out for bird watching as well, so that's really popular at Calumet County Park. Becker Lake is really known for wildlife viewing and kind of just passive recreation. We just have hiking trails there right now, and of course you can view the lake. We don't have any direct lake access at that park, but a lot of people just enjoy going out wildlife viewing, hiking, picnicking, what have you.
You get some really nice sunsets in the spring too.
Yes.
And you've got the wonderful thing about the placement of Calumet County is we're on the eastern side of the lake, which means we get all these beautiful sunsets that we can see from the spring forward. And the winter, there's actually some real gorgeous sunsets that happen out there as well too. Okay, so spring sounds like a lot of fun to come out and do stuff. Then summer months, what kind of things are happening in the park system then?
Sure. So I would say summer, of course, camping at County Park. We also run weekend activities for families out at County Park as well. Most Saturdays, we will have either guided painting programs or bird feeder making or scavenger hunts. We've done a few wildlife viewing, like bird watching hikes and such as well. So that really is super popular with people. The mountain biking trails really kick up in summer as they're drying out. We have just over 2 miles of mountain biking trails on the Sun Run, which is really popular. We've seen a lot of people enjoying that. And then, of course, boating at all of the boat harbors. People really like to get out on the water, enjoy their summer vacation, and just enjoy the fishing as well.
So what's on the horizon? What's going to be happening in the future for the park system here in Calumet County?
So we're currently in the process of adding 2 handicap accessible cabins at Calumet County Park. We've had a lot of really good reviews, if you will, on those. So people are really looking forward to having those. They're handicap accessible, but they'll be able to be rented by all. They'll sleep up to 4 people. They'll have heat as well as air conditioning and then a full bathroom. So people are really looking forward to those. Those should be ready next summer.
Okay. So there's really no reason for anybody not to come to Calumet County and enjoy the parks here, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. If you were to tell somebody who is planning a vacation and you had the opportunity to help tip the decision in favor of coming here, what would you tell somebody considering Calumet County as a vacation opportunity?
I would say we have so many different things to offer, whether that's going caving at Ledgeview Nature Center, which is very unique, enjoying camping, or just the park out at Calumet County Park and those lovely sunsets. And there's so many other really neat local businesses and just little tourist, opportunities, if you will. So there's really something for everyone. Calumet County might seem small, but it's really close to a lot of the neighboring cities, and it's not a far drive to have a weekend trip or, just a day trip as well.
So you would agree with the statement that Calumet County is closer than you think?
Definitely.
Yeah, okay. Well, Lindsay, thank you so much for joining us today. And how can listeners reach out and learn more about the park system?
Yeah, I would suggest visiting our website, calumetcountyparks.org. We have a lot of information as far as trail maps and just different activities that are going on in the park system. So definitely take a look there.
And real quick question, too, following up on the camping. Is that something they can make reservations for only 1 year ahead of time, or can they go beyond that even?
So we make reservations up to 1 year in advance. Definitely, it doesn't have to be that far out, but we do book up specifically summer months, especially on the weekends. We book up pretty fast, so we suggest making reservations sooner rather than later. That being said, if it's last minute, don't feel like you can't just give us a call or reach out and we can see what we can do for you.
Wonderful. Thank you again. Appreciate the time. And now again, we've covered lodging, we've covered Lakeview Nature Center, a lot of wonderful opportunities and things to come and see in Calumet County. So we hope to see you here soon. Thank you.
Thank you.